On this week's episode, we jump into some CJI topics.
We talk about who's the funder of the whole operation of CGI.
We dive into a little bit of PGF Season 2 teasers.
We break some news on some competitors that might be in CGI that you have not expected yet.
And listener questions as usual. Welcome back to the pod. My name's Kenny, here with Matt. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, guys? Happy June.
We got some shit
to talk about.
Before we dive into that, though, my buddy Russ runs a wrestling club in Northern California called Warhead Wrestling. He sent us out some shirts.
Warhead Wrestling? Like the legit wrestling or like
legit wrestling?
Like grappling. Cool. Oh, cool. All right.
He's a Gracie like defensive tactics instructor as well. He's a corrections officer in the California Youth Authority up there. So
that's awesome.
Shout out Russ.
Shout out Russ, dude.
And then just a quick little shout out that I wanted to throw out just because friend of the pod, Ronzilla, sent me a video of his 17-year-old kid competing in a grappling competition, I think last week. And subbing a guy with a buggy choke.
Oh, so fucking buggy, guys.
So, yeah, his name's Tagger. So shout out Tagger.
Tagger.
I think it's Daylay.
Oh, congrats, dude. Get on the buggy choke, huh? Good for you.
So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Ronzilla's bringing. He said he's a 3-stripe white belt, 17 years old.
This kid's got to be tough.
Oh yeah. Ronzilla's your dad.
When you got dead bodies in your garage, you know what I mean. You're just trying to like get to your scooter,
right? And
you have to step over some dude sprawled out. Drop. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's my dad killed that guy.
Hey, you ever gonna move this guy or
Dad? Can you get can you get the pool down? I want to blow it up. No, congrats, Tag. That's cool. People can name their names pretty cool names. You know, like
I'm not
mad at Ken. I'm not mad at Matt or Matthew, right? Funny thing about my name is it's supposed to be Mathew. My mom wanted to be different. So she said Mathew, right? Not realizing that most of my life and most of my good friends are either going to call me by my last name or by my hyphen short name, which is Matt. But if you spell Matt with one T, I'm on the. It kind of fits for jiu-jitsu, I guess. It kind of worked out, but like my whole life when I write Matt Vega, I've had to like add a ghost T.
It's like slightly lighter,
just because like I just put it there because. So people are like, how do you spell your first name? I said one T, bro. All my insurance, everything's been always messed up because of it.
Oh, that's fucking.
But it's a basic ass name. Why Matt?
Thanks,
Matthew.
Mom.
Like, I don't know. I like it, but I wish I was something cool like Tag. Well, that's cool. I'm gonna name my kid. How do you get Ronzilla? How do you get your wife to sign off on that?
That's tough. Yeah.
I want a name. It didn't get cleared, guys. So I didn't pull it off, but I wanted to name my son Van Vega.
Van Vega.
You tell me Van Vega's not crushing in high school.
Is this a Van Damme shout out?
It could be a little bit. I just thought Van Vega sounds good, like touchdown, Van Vega.
Okay.
Like, you know, I mean,
you're thinking bright lights.
I'm thinking big time, right?
Let's give this kid a Hollywood name from the gate.
Yeah, I was like, dude, Van Vega, like that guy's killing it. And then she's like, you mean like down by the river? And I'm like, no, I don't, but I didn't get it cleared. So,
yeah, my wife was just throwing names. She wanted odd names for our daughter. Funny enough, this is a
odd names. You want to wait a couple of minutes before we talk about this? We know the first 5 minutes these wives be watching.
Yeah, no. Funny enough, I have 2 older daughters, and when we went to get pregnant this last time, I was convinced. I was like, it's going to be a boy this time. It's going to be a boy. God's not going to give me 3 girls in a row. Like he's going to switch it up a bit here. Maybe I should have believed in God. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you can't ask him for something if you don't believe in him, Kenny.
Yeah, maybe I switched my game up after that. I don't know. Anyhow, we're sitting there. I wouldn't even talk about girl names. I was so convinced it was going to be a boy. I was like, no, don't even talk to me about it until we got the ultrasound. And we're sitting there at 3D ultrasound. It's like me, my wife, her best friend, her best friend's husband in this like room in Old Town Temecula. And the nurse is saying like, "Oh, can you see?" And I'm like, I don't know how to read fucking.
I can't read crazy.
3D shapes moving. She's like, "It's a girl." And I'm like, "Fuck." My wife's friend looks at her like, "What the fuck?" And she's like, "He really wanted a boy." So
I swear, he's just a little dick.
Then we came up with the girl names, and she wanted some funky names. She wanted Coraline. I'm like, I'm not naming my kid after a fucking claymation movie.
Okay, yeah, Coraline.
So
yeah, I don't know. We couldn't think of girl names, so we knew it was gonna be a boy. You know, Kenny, you had a girl because you probably a romantic. You probably cry and shit after sex. If you look at,
is that what happened to you the first time?
My first time, I was very sad and emotional, and your boy got all, it was a very like love making experience. I remember making my daughter, and I was like, "Oh man, that was beautiful. Wow, like doves and shit flew in." You know what I mean? And then like next thing you know, there's my bean. Now I've, my boy was like over the table stuff. You know what I mean? Like it was like this like real like aggressive style. Like we don't got time. Kids awake in the other room. It was primal. Boy, that's basically my logic on the whole thing.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, you make them how you make them.
I don't know. I worked around airplanes a long time. I wonder if my sperm's fucked up from radar and shit.
Just
like
makes
that,
girls.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sissy sperm from the planes.
Just fucking
from doing too much alpha shit.
It's just like, no, we got to tone this guy down. I don't know. I
don't think the world got weddings to pay for.
I think the world could handle a younger me. Shit.
This is my dad. He trains at Autos. You know. It's June. It's June. That's Pride Month. It's also male mental health awareness. Which people forget about.
Yeah, because nobody gives a shit about men.
No one gives a dudes, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They all want doves. That kind of fun. But it's so I want to play a little game, and this might be horrible for the pod, but I want to play a little game since it's Pride Month.
I'm unaware of this game, so this is going to be off the cuff.
Next person to say a word is gay. Okay, I'm fucking gay. Well, hey, welcome in, gay boys. Anyways, what we got on the docket today? Now, when we cut that, we're gonna put like crickets. We can make it extra longer than it really has to be. It'd be a real fun bit.
I could stick that out. For sure.
We're just like looking at each other. Like, cut to some guys pulling guard, double guard pulls. Cut to like Craig.
I'm going to have like a brain cloud come up and just you thinking about dude pulling guard in black.
Craig Jones, stuff like that. We could do a whole thing with that. Okay. That'll be a good ass clip.
We got a lot. Well, speaking of Craig Jones, we got a lot of shit to talk about fucking this week. Jesus Christ, has the grappling world been shooken up. Craig Jones Invitational. Craig Jones. We talked about it a little bit last week on the pod, but a couple days, I think it was the day after the pod came out, Craig Jones went on Rogan and he spilled the beans.
He did.
And gave us a lot of info. And then he started releasing the people that were signing up and switching teams from ADCC to CGI. Pretty wild shit.
Some big names, man. We have, I don't know what we talked about. We talked about like the Tackett boys a little bit, right?
I think that's all we knew was them and Fiona.
Fiona, I don't really know her name.
Some guy got upset. He's like, "You're talking about Fiona and you don't even know her name." And then he spelled it wrong. And then some guy goes, "Fiona, huh?"
Yeah. I didn't know who she was, man. I know she's good. I knew her face. Same with me. When people see me, "Hey, you're that guy." I'm like, "Yeah, that's me."
Yeah.
Like, no one knows who I am.
You're the Oast Nation guy.
Yeah, no one knows my name.
Yeah.
Like, who's that guy with one T, right? No one knows. But yeah, I mean, I've heard some things.
Nikki Rod. Well, let's talk about confirmed stuff.
Okay.
Nikki Rod, Nikki Ryan, the Tackett brothers. They just released. We could just go to the CGI page and fucking. Lucas Barbosa, Roberto Jimenez, Mason Fowler, Luke Rockhold. Pretty wild shit so far. I heard that, well, not heard, I actually read it. Bo Nickel was throwing his name in the hat, saying, I think I can make under 80 kilo.
That's going to be a bad day, Bo.
Yeah.
But hey, man, go for that millie. Well, so here, this, I don't know if this will get me in trouble or not, but somebody said something about Buchecha, right? And it was nobody from our team. Somebody said something about Buchecha, and I'm like, what? So, I made some calls, some texts, some DMs, and I got a bunch of like, I haven't heard nothing. Not from me.
Not a no.
The people you think I would reach out to find out were like, no. Or like, I haven't heard. People that I think would know were just saying no. But somebody else that would know, and whoever knows me is not who you're thinking, was like, leave me alone.
Oh, really?
You're crazy, Matt. Laughy face. I know what you're trying to do. Like I'm media. Like I'm Adam Schefter or something, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I was like, he said, maybe, question mark.
Damn.
Maybe, question mark. And then he's like, stop talking to me. And I was like, I'm not saying nothing. And I was like, a no answer is a yes answer. So it's confirmed.
Buchecha, CJI.
If Buchecha puts his name in the hat or he's going to compete in this CGI, that's a wrap.
That's massive. Well, do you think that influences other, maybe the Marigalis to jump ship?
$1 million, bro. You know?
Right.
Like, it's a week later since our last pod. And I was at first being like, it's hard to like.
Oh, you've had a change of heart a little bit.
A little bit,
the ADCC thing.
Maybe a little bit, yeah, because I was thinking of it like, make your name, ADCC, that like what that brings to you. But then as I'm thinking, and I've talked to a lot of influencers that are in the same space who aren't as big as some of these athletes, they're saying that they make great money.
Right. There was an interview with Nicky Rod and Nicky Ryan, and Nicky Ryan brought it up, and he goes, I've never won an ADCC, and I make more money off instructionals than more than a few ADCC winners.
The perks of being an American grappler, like America is obsessed with jiu-jitsu right now.
Yeah.
And if you can speak English and you have something to teach, people are going to buy it, especially if you have a platform to sell it.
Right.
So, the ADCC title does help.
Yeah.
But like, it helps like your brand a little bit, but like, does it really like?
We don't know what CGI holds for the future as far as legacy is concerned.
That's what I would be worried about. The only thing I'd be worried about is, is this going to be sustainable year to year?
Right. But even if it's a one-off tournament.
And you just get $10,001.
Or you win and you're the millie. You know what I mean? Like, that's still like definitely a hook you can hang your hat on. You know what I mean? Like, I won the CGI tournament. You know what I mean?
That's definitely a credit. Like, and I think the first year is going to be the easiest year to win it.
Right. Right.
If there's multiple years.
What do you think about the rule set that they're discussing as far as trying to make it more watchable for the casuals? They're trying to take some of the MMA audience. So I don't know if you watched the Craig Jones interview on the Rogan podcast, but it was almost entirely about CGI.
Yeah.
And he's talking about how they're basically going to take the traditional point system of jiu-jitsu, because it's not a sub-only thing, and they're going to somehow convert it to a 10-point must system, so people can understand like, oh, this is a 10-8 round, 10-9 round, that kind of a thing. But then they're also going to, at the end of each round, share the score. Because in a traditional, for the people who aren't competitors, traditional jiu-jitsu tournament, non-sub-only tournament, your score board is up while your match is going. So you can look and see where you're at. See if you're up, see if you're down. So what they're saying is at the end of each round, they're going to display the score, the 10-9, 10-8. So one, the audience will know who won that round in the judge's eyes. Two, the competitors will know. And I guess they're doing rounds in the tournament. So it's not just going to be a one round, your match is over.
Well, are they going to reset them from the position they were?
That I don't know.
Because like to me, like I really love all these companies trying to like make jiu-jitsu more palatable for the normal person. Mm-hmm. But don't
Fuck
veer.
The fighters. Yeah.
Don't veer from the people who love it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if the guy's full mount about to finish from the back, the round ends, you're going to give that guy, like, that's a 10-8, right? A back control for the whole time would be a 10-8 because there's no knockout. It's either sub or not. Like, that'd be a 10. I guess that'd be a 10-8, right? If you're dominant, you pass this.
If you're holding back the whole time, kind of a thing, I could see that being a 10-8.
Like, how are you going to judge that first with the 10-point must? Just grappling.
I think they're going to just kind of convert they'll do the traditional scoring and then they'll convert like the point disparity and turn that into a 10-9, 10-8. So if it's a close, it could be you know what I mean?
He's doing this to go at ADCC.
100%.
Okay. He can say what he wants to say on Rogan. He can do all this stuff, but yeah. So it is what it is. Free country, bro. This is America. Do what you want. You got the money, throw it down.
Well, it's already caused. I mean, he's basically saying, I'm doing this to get the athletes paid, which parallels what PGF is doing. They're trying to get athletes paid, They're doing it in a different route by making it a season and creating a league system, which I think could work, should work, is working. Because now you've got a sustainable income, you know what I mean? Through, especially if you're doing a season that's not all in 1 week, if you're doing week by week by week. So there's that. But also, since the CJI information has come out, ADCC's already raised some of the prizes for. I know the women's event prizes have gone up because they were $5K for the winner. I think they're up to the $10K now. And there was some other price I couldn't remember what it was, but so it's already causing a shift. I think Mo understands that he's going to have to pay more, and I do get Craig Jones's point as well. Like moving it from UNLV Arena to T-Mobile, you're going from 11,000 capacity to 17,000. So it's an increase. But it's not a mass. It's not like 50,000 or something.
But the money for that event is way more that could have went to the fighters.
Right. He was saying that to rent T-Mobile out, it was like $2 to $3 million.
One day we're gonna have a podcast there. T-Mobile, right in the middle. We're gonna rent it out.
The whole thing.
Yeah, bunch of fucking jiu-jitsu heads.
Like Andrew Schultz did his comedy at Madison Square Garden. We're gonna do a fucking live pod at.
Just us and a bunch of balanced motherfuckers.
Just people just choking each other.
The balanced bitches just fucking. I'm trying to think of a nickname for the guys in the Discord. I can't think of one.
Yeah, guys in the Discord, what are you going to call yourselves?
Yeah, I think that what I like about the rules is I think they should have stayed ADCC rules. If you're really going to do it. That's what these guys have been, that championship have been training for anyways.
Right.
So just keep the same rules. Jiu-jitsu is jiu-jitsu. People watch ADCC.
I wonder if you'd have to license the rule set.
What I do like is the pit.
Yes, that's cool.
I do like that because like Craig was saying, it does force guys to go forward. You're not gonna because if you go back, you're gonna fall back. You can't there's no wall walking. You fall down because it goes up like that. So So you're basically screwing yourself.
And the top of the pit is so wide as well. You're not really gonna have to worry about the out of bounds. You know what I mean? So now the ref can just stay the fuck out of it and just watch, and he's not having to reset guys.
I do like that. I like that a lot.
But you saw Craig Jones's match in the pit where he fucking
flying armbar, flying,
yeah, from the side of the wall. I mean, it does throw some. It's like the cage without the cage bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, imagine a guy on the ground of Varela running up the wall and fucking backflipping on
Right.
somebody. There's like some stuff that like stuff's gonna happen in there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
sure.
Like so, like I'm okay with that. I just feel like you should have kept it more ADCC rules. But we'll air that clip on the Discord. But we're gonna
cut it out.
We're gonna cut it out of the pod. So if you want to see what I just said, that was pretty bad. The Discord, BJJ Balance, check it out. But no, yeah, if you're gonna go for it, go for it.
I was one of the topics I brought up for this specifically, and you're kind of touching on it, but if there were some rules, let's say aside from ADCC rules, if there were some rules that you wanted added to it or some things about the point structure, how would you watch, you've competed in jiu-jitsu a long time, you've studied jiu-jitsu a long time, you did some MMA stuff, you watch MMA, so you're familiar with fighting, you're familiar with the different jiu-jitsu rule sets. What are some things that you like or that you wish you could see in something like CJI, like a new rule set? Because a lot of the times these tournaments will pop up, or Chael Sonnen Submission Underground. I think he just uses the ADC. Or sorry, I think he uses the Eddie Bravo rules. A lot of tournaments are using the EBI stuff.
Yeah.
So
I mean, even PGF in the overtime they use the EBI.
Yeah. So
I you know what I want to see in jiu-jitsu? Because there's so much like a little shit talking happening when you're like head to head and you're talking. Like I want to see mic'd up.
Yeah.
I would love to like not listen to the fighters, and I would love to like listen to some heavy grunting. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Some of my favorite things is like when you've got a fighter like Kevin Holland or Nate Diaz that talks a lot of shit during the fight, and they don't play it during the fight, but you'll see clips where they have booms on them, and you can hear the Kevin Holland running his mouth while he's got a guy and fucking.
Even not like what do I love? I love listening to the corners talk between rounds. No, we gotta do this. We're slip to the right. Like I wish like you could like okay, here's UFC, but you can also pay $5 more or whatever for corner feeds.
Right.
So like the corners are mic'd.
Right.
So like I can hear their coaches like pass, rather than hear the guy in the mic say, now what's he trying to do? Make a little inside joke that's not as funny as me because I should be working for you, not them. But like, you know what I mean? Like that's what I want to see. Like I want to hear the coaches.
I get why they don't do that in some sports like football and stuff because it's happening right then and there. But in fighting and in jiu-jitsu matches, your coaches are so the other team can already hear what you're saying. There's no fucking secret there.
No.
Yeah. So
I would love that. I would love to hear like coach corner mic.
Right.
And like if I could just listen to that's what the coolest thing about fighting during the COVID time, the darkness was.
Right. You could hear everything in the
corners. Jab. That was like primal.
Right.
And like that was cool. Like it was almost like.
And the hitting this is obviously you've seen it, but when you hear them hit
the thud, it's like almost like I don't want to hear like there's a place where you can hear whoever's announcing it. That's fine. But like I would love to like just hear the coaches.
Like how there's a like if there's like an audio feed button where you could kind of choose what you want. I want to listen to the commentary. I don't want to listen to commentary. I just want to listen to the cornering.
They do that with other apps like in baseball and stuff like that. You can listen to like what team's feed.
Well, for a while they did the Snoop cast with fucking Snoop and Faber.
Yeah, I think like a corner feed in jiu-jitsu would be fucking money.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to use that, go for it.
License it from Oast Nation.
Yeah, I just feel like a corner feed would be cool. Even a quarter camera. I always thought the ref camera was cool.
I've never seen that.
Like in MMA, some refs have like a camera on their head, so this is what they saw when the knockout happened.
Oh no shit!
So I thought that was kind of cool. But like, is there a way you can do that with the fighters? Like have them cameraed so you can like see like them shooting for a double, so you actually see their legs tacking the. You know what I mean? Right. I just feel like it'd be cool. I don't know if you could do that, but
I feel like getting in the way.
Other than rules, I mean, I believe what MMA has said in the past. I think MMA has hurt jiu-jitsu because it forces them to stand up and reset.
Right.
I feel like they should not reset. I feel like it should be an infinite round. It's for $1 million.
Right. And that's the thing. Okay. So we'll use last night's UFC fights as an example. So when Kevin Holland has this super deep armbar on this Russian guy, a Polish guy, and he's not giving up. Hypothetically, if the round ended right there, they go back, and then the guy didn't get out of the armbar, and Kevin Holland had it deep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So if the round theoretically ended right there, and then the next round starts, Kevin Holland doesn't get that armbar back. You mean like that's wild? Like, yeah, you held out, but like, did you deserve to get out of that? You know what I mean? Like,
there's something that I was thinking about this last week, and I kind of want to add it to my classes when I'm teaching. And it's kind of like a tap and release. It's almost like when you're Shark Tanking somebody and you sub them, but you stay on them. You're not letting them breathe. You sub them again. You sub them again.
So you're not okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I feel like in jiu-jitsu, you tap and then you reset and you start all over again.
Right.
I'm like it's a new fight. I'm going to add that. It's like, hey, we're going to not do that this round. If you tap them, you let it go and you stay right there.
Right.
Because the tap is not. You want to get your half guard back, you got to get your half guard back. You want to get you got to get to it, earn your spot.
Almost like you burn that sub. Like you don't do that sub anymore. If you get head and arm, you burn head and arm that round.
I wouldn't even burn. Go if you want to go head arm again, go head arm again. Okay. You let it go, but like we're staying high control. We let it go, and then we're back in side control, and you can go for it again. But like you're not gonna like we're not just gonna stand up and again and like start over. Like I'm still in side control, bro. You want this? You better underhook, get to your elbow,
right?
You know, fight off the whizzer.
Oh, this is gonna suck.
You know what I mean? Like just stay on them, stay on them, stay on them, stay on them, stay on them. That's kind of like I'm gonna try to implement a little bit. I think try to do that this week. Tap and release.
There's times where Matt has tapped me from I don't know what, and he's got heavy pressure on me, and I'm just relieved that he's getting off of me. Whatever class you're doing this at, that's not the class I'm coming to.
Well, like, I don't know. I posted on my thing. I was in a Shark Tank. Well, a guy in our class, Brandon, happy birthday, by the way. He wanted to be Shark Tank for his 40th. And so, like, I went last. And I posted the clip of me just, like, I put, like, a real romance music to it. And just me subbing him a bunch of times. And that's where I got the idea. I'm like, this is how it should be. Like, he should front roll. He should Granby. He should get his guard back. So like anybody who thought like, wow, man, you really murked that guy. I was his last tank. Guys,
yeah.
Okay.
It would be good.
There's nothing to brag about being the last guy in a Shark Tank.
Somebody, I can't remember who we were talking. We interviewed somebody at some point in time. I don't remember if it was during the pod or if it was somebody at PGF, but we interviewed somebody and they mentioned jiu-jitsu being like a thinking man's game. Like whoever can think and react the fastest is usually who wins. So I think what you're talking about would force you to get through the pressure of the thoughts of God, this sucks. And
you're not getting saved.
Right.
Like, oh, he's almost got it. I'm almost at it. No, you're not.
Yeah. This sucks. What am I going to do?
There's only one way out.
Right.
You get out or the timer finally goes off for 5 minutes.
Right.
So it's going to make you keep your guard tighter. Like, I can't let him pass.
Right.
And it's going to make you it's going to make more intense rounds. I don't know. I think I'm going to try to add that this week.
Fuck. Well, that'll be an interesting experiment.
We'll see what happens. I'm going to try to add that. Tap and release.
CGI, where are they getting their money from?
Look at guys. The elephant in the room. Come on. It's not, I mean, if like just us, and Nate, shout out Nate.
Yeah.
Brought this up.
We came with evidence.
I mean, like, guys, I mean, like, you want to, who's a billionaire?
Yeah.
That is now newly obsessed with jiu-jitsu, won a jiu-jitsu tournament, actually lost a jiu-jitsu tournament, complained, and then won it. Who goes to all the MMA stuff, who's like friends with Volkanovski, who is hanging out with Craig Jones.
Piece it all together, boys.
1, 2, 3.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Come on, guys. I mean, it's not hard to think of like who's the backing. What's $1 million to Zuck?
Nothing. Did you see he built like a full blown like MMA cage and shit in his backyard?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Like, $1 million is nothing.
Right.
Like, it's nothing.
Training with Musumeci. Like, the guy's got the bug.
If that's the money that is back in this, which we think it is, I mean, this shit's going to fly every year.
Right.
Until he's not cool with jiu-jitsu, until he finds a pickleball paddle. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, but, like, seriously, like, I don't know. I mean, to me, I think it's got to be him.
It makes a lot of sense. Again, when Nate was sending us in this group chat, he's sending us, breaking it down with photos of you got Zuckerberg with Volkanovski, Zuckerberg with Volkanovski, Zuckerberg with Volkanovski and Izzy, Zuckerberg with Mitsumechi. You know, they're all on that same side of the world because Mikey's over there in Indonesia, I believe, which is not, I mean, it's not close, but it's not far from Australia in comparison to like the US. And then all of a sudden you see the picture and it's Zuck, Volkanovski, their head coach, and Craig Jones.
Mm.
So clearly they've met, clearly they've trained together. There's a connection there. If Craig needed to get a hold of somebody to get a hold of Zuck, that could be done easily.
Right.
It just makes a lot of sense.
The stuff Craig posts on Instagram and doesn't get banned.
Right. Yeah.
Come on. Hey, man.
Yeah.
Meta don't ban you for that? I can't even freaking blink. They're on me.
Yeah. Matt's been catching shadow bans left and right.
Dog, it's brutal over here for your guy. All of a sudden, Craig Jones can pull away his way where he's butt naked.
I know. His video of him training, I think it's in Indonesia or some shit like that, where he's just walking around in like a Speedo the whole time doing the most questionable sus stretches I've ever seen.
And why isn't it? Because, you know, of course, social media's not backing him because social media is his friend. He's figured it out.
Yeah.
I would love to have Zuck on this podcast. And I'll call him out. I'll be like, why are you banning me, bro?
Yeah.
One, why are you, number two, why do you have, why did you lose your tournament and then all of a sudden win it? They changed their mind. That's what I want to know. Did you pay the refs off?
I don't
ask them those questions.
I don't know the story.
Zuck's first jiu-jitsu tournament, he lost. It had pictures of the other guy getting his hand raised. And then all of a sudden they made him fight again. And he won. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was like a best of 3 type deal.
Right.
But like it looks like they reset it and he won and showed him with his gold medal. I was like, he powered it. He you know, he just money buys shit. Money buys gold medals and it also buys Carl Winslow's asshole. You hear about that?
No. What the fuck?
I heard Diddy. So this is all on the internet. I heard Diddy was, you know, giving Carl Winslow, the father from Family Matters, that business. Someone walked in and old Carl Winslow.
Damn.
Old Carl Winslow was taking it.
Cheeks matter.
Yeah, I guess, dude. Well, I mean, Harriet is not very pretty.
You're not wrong.
Aunt Rachel, fine. Laura Winslow, nah. Myra was the hot one.
Who's Myra?
She was Steve Urkel's girlfriend.
Yep.
That liked Stephen Urkel for who he was as a nerd.
Yeah.
She didn't have to change. Look at Laura Winslow. Fuck. Laura Winslow was an asshole.
Yeah.
She was not pretty. First of all, Laura, stay in your lane. You're lucky that Steve's got money. Steve's fucking right in your level.
Yeah.
You made this guy change his body to Stefan, to all of a sudden, now you'll date him?
Same exact person.
Myra was hotter and just like Steve for Steve.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, like I said, 90s sitcom connoisseur here.
Going deep.
Next week, we'll talk about Lois and Clark, The Real Adventures of Superman. Dean Cain. That's my Superman. You guys watch some weird shows. Barbecue Showdown?
Oh, yeah. My wife's into barbecue.
Hey, I come over here, they'll be like Kenny, like they watch some weird shows. And speaking of shows, Baby Reindeer, Nate, again, he's like, we went to the jump park or whatever it was. Uh-huh. He's like, cool show you and wife could watch. It's called Baby Reindeer. Hey, Nate, I know it's June, bro, but I didn't need to see the guy getting 3 knuckles deep in his butt. Okay?
Jesus Christ.
That Baby Reindeer on Netflix is creepy and it's not what I was expecting. But I finished it because I'm not a quitter.
I got a question for you. So I actually brought this up to you. I see this every once in a while. And it's I only see it at black belt, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Worn out jiu-jitsu belts. Now, what throws me off about it is that I see dudes like, I think I've seen Jocko with like a belt that's so beat that it looks like a white belt again. Like the black is just the ink there, or not the ink, but the dye
white.
is gone.
It's like gray. It's like tethered.
Yeah. Or like the black is just shredded off of the inner portion of the belt or what. So I see, and then they're floppy and they're torn and like it looks like old shoestrings just beat up. So, but then I see dudes like Poncho, like it's especially lately, the last few times I've seen him, he's wearing like a belt with like sewn on stripes and it's got his name on it and whatnot. And then you've talked about like leaving your belt in your jiu-jitsu bag and it stinks. So you just buy a new belt. And, I don't wash a belt. I'm just going to buy a new belt, So what am I missing? Like, what's the,
so that old school, like crazy belt that's like barely like white and it's like tattered, like you were saying, that just like shows like how much you rolled in it and how much round you have on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to have a belt that looked like that. I just don't, you know what I mean? But, it's just like your OG one, you know what I mean?
Right.
And eventually you can't roll it anymore because you'll break it.
Right.
And it's got to be for promotions and stuff, right? Only, or like maybe just teaching. Right. And it looks cool. Then there's the fancy one, which I want to get. I have like a one that I wear for like promotions and stuff. Like I want to get like a nice fancy one too. And I don't have one like Poncho's, but I want to get one like that, embroidered, all that kind of stuff. That'd be kind of cool. There's like $80-$90.
Yeah.
And then there's the white bar.
Right.
The black with the white bar, which is like meaning like you're not instructing. Like I'm here to learn. I'm here to compete. I'm here to like, it's like a competition, like belt, like type belt where you're like, I'm just like, I'm not here to teach. And so if you see a guy in a white belt, like he's not there to be a professor that day. And
right.
He's trying to like just
get
like work on his own stuff. So that's pretty much it. Like it's like having cauliflower ears, I guess.
Okay.
Right. Like it's like a badge of courage. Like look at my shit. Like it's like showing off, like having 24s on your car. You know what I mean? Like it's like a glory thing. You know what I mean? Like to me, like I always like will buy a new belt though, because like mine gets too funky because I don't wash it, like I said.
Right.
And I'll be like, oh, this thing is getting rough, and I will like just buy a new belt. And so I don't know if I'll ever get.
Okay, that makes sense.
They might washing machine. I don't know. Maybe I just don't. The guys I've seen that have belts like that, I don't think they wash their belts.
Right, they're just beat.
I just think they're just freaking.
I guess if you have your own school too, you're probably not taking your.
And I don't see a lot. Maybe Jocko, okay, but I don't see a lot of bigger guys with belts like that.
Okay.
Because maybe like everybody I've really seen live in person is a little or smaller athlete.
Right.
Because they're on their back. They're rolling on it.
Right.
I'm on your chest. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like really, I'm smashing. Why do big guys, you don't really see big guys with cauliflower ears because we do the smashing. We're not in deep half and getting mangled. So that's.
Do you find it difficult this is a side topic, but do you find it difficult as somebody who instructs to teach littler guys jiu-jitsu because their body type is different than yours?
No, I don't know the littler moves. Like there's a lot of little stuff like you're not going to see your boy burn, but I can invert, but I'm not going to like beer on bolo. Like it's just not in my wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I feel like everybody, the kind of like the meat and potato style that I have, like was real like heavy smash, knee on belly, I think like everybody could do that
in their respective weight classes.
And I feel like everybody should know how to do that. Control, pressure. I feel like that's it's something that needs to. It's almost like a lost art in the new wave of jiu-jitsu.
There's a guy that goes to dedicated. He's a little heavier set. And he'd mentioned that he wants to do a private with you because he feels like your jiu-jitsu style would translate to his body type a little better. But he's like, I don't want to like upset Jason or anything like that. I'm like, I don't think Jason cares. Like they both teach morning classes at Murrieta. Like I've said it before, like dedicated is its own thing, but it's
he won't. I don't think he does because there's people in that class that get private, that go to your school, that get privates with Cahill, Dave.
True. Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. That's a good point.
So I don't think you care at all.
Right.
You're not, it's not like, it's not frowned upon. Hit me up in the DMs, my man. Kenny will give me a number. Let's get after it. Let's get heavy. Let's smash some dudes.
So speaking of Matt and Matt's aggressive jiu-jitsu, Matt made a meme this weekend. And this meme apparently brought out some of the simps, and they were mad.
Okay, I made a Mia Khalifa meme, okay? Just on the quickness. It wasn't even like crazy. Like I was just, and some guy comes on and is like, you're small-minded, this, that, and this. And I was like, okay. And he's like, I want to challenge you. I want to see where your game's at. I want to see, if your technique is legit. I want to come to your gym. And I'm to myself, I'm like, I mean, we can do that. I'm like, come on down. It's like, how much? Give me a coupon. He kept saying like, give me a coupon. Like, what do you mean a coupon? Like you want like
I was lost by that too.
A free trial?
Yeah.
Like anybody could come, bro. Like,
yeah. I'm not going to pay or make you pay for the ass beating.
I was like, look, I don't know if Mia Khalifa was who took your virginity or whatever, bro. But I don't know what it is, or like that was like your first crush.
Well, he made a bunch of comments because the comments would pop up on mine too, since it was a collaborative meme. And I'm sitting there going like, what is he talking about? And he's like, you missed the mark with this one, but you're normally good. And then he was like, but it was like the weirdest. I mean,
where you at, dog?
Yeah. Was he drunk?
Was he drunk?
Yeah.
I'm like, look, bro. I was like, you can come. It happens. People sometimes want to threaten your boy over a meme. They like really take offense to it. You shouldn't be following me then.
Right. Pretty simple resolution for that.
Like seriously, don't follow me if like memes hurt. If memes hurt, I'm not your guy. Okay. So like, but like, he's like, I want to test your technique. I was like, legitimately, I was like, I'm a legit black belt under a legit banner.
Right.
Okay. Like I'm never claimed to be the best black belt in the world. That's all. But, fine. Come on down. And then he's like, well, I was like, but can I film it?
Right.
Like, cause I would love to like post it. You know what I mean? And I was just telling Kenny about 4 or 5 episodes about Dojo Storms. You never heard of it. And I was like, you can come down. Like if you want it, like, and then all of a sudden, he's like, I don't even know how to fight. He started saying that. I don't even know how to fight. I was like,
then why are you getting
I was like,
mouthy?
then what's the deal, bro?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here? Like, sorry, I missed the mark on Mia Khalifa. Well, can anybody just let this lady rest? I'm like, look, you know what you did.
Right.
Like
the internet's forever, man.
She created this. You show your butthole online, it's online. Okay? These girls got a lot of cash.
Yeah.
Mia Khalifa has a nicer house than us, Kenny.
Oh, easily.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but like, what price? Like, that's the price. Okay. Right. Do I think she probably doesn't even give a shit. You know what I mean?
Who knows, man?
But I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, but yeah, if you guys want a Dojo Storm, like, hey, I don't like to fight. It hurts.
Right.
Fighting hurts. My hands.
But
my butt, I don't want to disrespect sponsors' gym. You know what I mean? I have to kick like everybody out.
Right.
And like lock the doors. Weird shit. Like, you know what I mean? I could lose. Who knows? A lot of tough guys out there. But like, I'm not going to back down from nobody. Like, here. And I'm hungry. I like to fight too.
Calm down, Alex. And then just something.
Frogs.
Brother,
there you go. Internet galactic.
Intergalactic space vampires. Last thing I wanted to touch on, a little bit of PGF season 2 information has come out. It is a larger weight class. I think it's 205.
Yeah.
It's going to be in Vegas again. It's in November, first week in November. And boys are back.
We're going back to Vegas. The guy the nuts. I missed you last time. No, but I am gonna kick you in the ball Sunday, dude. But yeah, no, I'm excited for it. Vegas, we'll go for a week this time.
Yeah.
That'll be cool. Being able to like You know what I mean? Maybe get an Airbnb, take the family down.
Yeah. Yeah. it should
Make
be-
a whole thing of it. That'd be cool.
I think what I'm going to do is before we go, we need to record a Tuesday episode because we're going to be there on a normal podcast release day. So we still have a normal podcast release that day. And I think anything that we record podcast wise will go in its own, still on the YouTube channel, but in its own PGF category, not the normal podcast category. So if you like our normal podcast stuff, that'll still be there for you on Tuesday. If you want the extra bonus content from all the PGF coverage, that's going to be a separate thing. But definitely there for, you'll find it in the same spot. But
yeah, McCaffrey was saying, I want to find something for you guys to do. I was like, he's like, maybe like an every morning podcast every day.
Yeah.
Like just do what you guys do every day and just have like random people walking in and sitting down and talking. And I'm like,
I think it could be fun to sit. I don't know where we're going to get it. Like, I don't know if we're going to get access to the PGF arena, during the daytime or whatever. If we do, we could set up some real neat looking stuff there. 2 cameras set up, maybe get a 3rd camera. So there's a wide shot of like,
what if I just wear a different gi every day?
to the no-gi tournament.
Just gi. Just represent.
Wait, how they have like business cats? So it'll be like a sport coat and jeans. What if you did like a jeans and a different colored gi top
every day?
And tie your black belt like a tie?
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
We might be onto something here.
Yeah.
Red bar at the bottom of the belt.
Biznos casual.
I'm excited for that. That'd be cool.
We got a reaction video.
Oh, reactions. Here we go. Oh, I seen this. It's a cool ass knee bar triangle thing. That's a cool move. I like to use that same cradle and I just hold it, especially little guys. And I'll hold it, and they get all mad. They kick their little feet.
Yeah.
And they get all grumpy. And then when they're trying to finally push away, I let it go and their legs go, and then I just go to mount.
I cradle a lot, especially from my lockdown sweep, because I have the shoulder or the leg up over the shoulder. So when I come over the leg for the sweep, I'll just grab under the head as they're on their back and I'll cradle their far leg and their head together. And then I literally just step back over the other leg because they're not even thinking about trying to get a hook to maintain some sort of a half guard because they're folded in half. And then I end up in side control and let go of the cradle. And
yeah, I just, like I said, I
smash.
hold it. I hold it S grip. I hold it and hold it. And when they finally try to flex out of it, I let it go. And then their legs just, and I just go to
step
ramp them
over
out.
it. Nice.
What I liked about UFC, let's talk about that a little bit yesterday. UFC, the Makhachev versus Poirier, right? What I loved about that, I saw something. I was like, when he had Dustin's back, and he faked like he was going to mount, and Dustin was like all defensive, like not let him choke. He went to mount, and Dustin was trying to stop it. Then he went back to the fake
neck.
mount back to the back. I was like, that is so sick. A lot of people are looking at like the ankle whip takedown.
Yeah.
Stole the show. That back transition back to the back, like faking mount.
He did it a bunch of times too. Two different rounds.
I'm going to be practicing that this week.
Yeah. Or the fact that he a couple of times he did the transition from the back to the mount too. And it was just so clean. You know what I mean? And Justin's got good jiu-jitsu. So like, what does it say about Makhachev's grappling? You know what I mean? Like
Hey man, strong, man.
Yeah.
You got a beard, no mustache, bro. You ain't one to be messed with.
That's the tell. Fuck the cauliflower ear.
The only way you get rid of those guys is the freaking in a theater. The musket. Abe Lincoln style. That's the only way you get rid of those guys.
Guys, here's why your hormones suck. If you're listening to this, then chances are you may be one of countless guys who are struggling to see the results they want in the gym, in the mirror, or even in the bedroom. Most guys are focused on testosterone. However, that's only 50% of the answer.
Without adequate growth hormone
And its end result, growth factors, you can't optimally absorb the testosterone you have, no matter if it's synthetic or natural.
That's where BioPro Plus comes in.
BioPro Plus fills in what you're missing out on to help maximize your performance in the gym and even how you look in the mirror without any needles, side effects, or doctor visits, all at a fraction of the cost of synthetic treatments. Over the last few years, BioPro Plus has been taking the medical community by storm as a faster, easier to use, and 100% safe alternative to prescription HGH and peptide treatments. It's become an underground favorite for professional and combat sports athletes and has been featured in Men's Journal, Muscle and Fitness, and even Venture Capitalist magazines.
Simply put, BioPro Plus is getting real guys, real results really fast. Check them out and enjoy your new look on life. Oh,
listener questions. Alf Campus, this is Alfredo. I know this guy. If dropping in at a gym, a smaller white belt tries to smoke me the first round, should I wreck him or should I let him work?
Well, you shouldn't have to wreck him. Depending if he's a white belt and you're a higher belt.
He's a blue belt.
I mean, well, then all game, yeah. Smash him.
Yeah.
Like if you're an upper belt and a white belt tries to come all crazy,
yeah,
like I'm still gonna wreck you, but just gently.
Yeah. I feel like this situation here, as I know Alfredo from competition, he's a blue belt, we've competed against each other. I feel like if I were in the situation, since that's, you know what I mean, the exact situation I would be in if I went to another gym to visit, I feel like it would be one of those things where it's like I'd have to think about like what's coming next. If I smash this guy and nobody saw that he was trying to be spazzy and hurt me first, and they only caught out of the corner of the eye me smashing this guy and I'm the visitor, am I getting the mat enforcer next?
Oh, you're getting him regardless.
Yeah.
I hope you realize you're getting the mat enforcer. Okay, if you're visiting a gym, you're gonna get per class their guy that is like, it's like an unwritten rule. No one's like, that's me, right, guys? I'm the guy. There's no.
Yeah.
Every class is like, oh, you can look at the roster of the class and be like, oh, I guess I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Pending, even if it's a class of all white belts, that 3-stripe white belt will be like, oh,
I'm the guy.
I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Like and it's usually the second best guy in the class besides the professor. So like there is no like nomination for Matt guy. You're going to get that guy regardless. So it's like, if the guy's coming at you like all crazy and spazzy, just use your jiu-jitsu. That's what I would do. I mean, It's like jiu-jitsu is jiu-jitsu. As long as you're not punching him or like going anything dirty, like you should be able to control a little white belt. Sorry, white belts. Sorry, Jeff.
Good for the soul. BJJ asks, what's the best piece of advice a professor has given each of you? Mine was, don't quit on a hard day, from Professor Matt Vega.
Hey, that was me. 2 T's, see that?
Yeah.
I mean, Pancho's always, he's the kind of guy that talk to you and just look at you like, yeah, come on, like, you know what I mean? Like this is nothing. You got this. Like, and I think it's just like the post round when I roll with these guys, and I have a solid round and they look at me and they give you that affirmation of like, man, that was freaking good. You know what I mean? I think that's what's helped me the most. But in life, you know, my grandfather said, a man who doesn't fight for what he wants deserves what he gets.
Oh, wow. That's a good one.
So that was like my whole thing. Like, a man who doesn't fight for what he wants deserves what he gets. So if you want something, you got to go get it. Asking for it, waiting for your time is not going to happen. If you're stuck at a belt and you're not getting promoted, and you're like, dude, I've been in this belt forever. Go get gold medals.
Right. Become
undeniable. Your coach will have to promote you. If you're just sitting there waiting, like, why is it not happening? You know, you're waiting. If you want it, go get it. A man who doesn't fight for what he wants deserves what he gets.
Okay. Man, I don't know. I haven't had any, I don't think, like sage advice or whatnot. I've had some things that have definitely made me feel better about outcomes. You know, a case in point, when I got DQ'd in my last competition, I was texting Jason afterwards. I was kind of bummed, you know what I mean? Like, I was out there to perform. I felt like all of the variables that I could control were right where they should be. You know what I mean? I had a little bit of issue with a gi fitment. So I went and I was smart. I brought a second gi. I passed. I go out there, my mental was straight. I wasn't getting in my head about it. Got on the mat. I started working my game plan. I was calm. And I was listening to Jason. Jason was telling me exactly what I needed to hear. Everything was going according to game plan. And then of course the DQ happens. So I was bummed, you know what I mean? Like everything that I felt like I control, I felt like I was doing a good job at. And Jason reiterated that in a text message after I'd kind of like messaged him like, hey man, and I'm sorry that, I kind of let it down today. Like, I wish I could have brought home the gold, but apparently there was other plans. And he was just like, no man, like you listened to me, you were calm, you were collected. Like he goes, you were performing well. It was an outcome that neither of us expected. So I think that's what I needed to hear at the time, was like that my coach was, not necessarily proud of me, but like he let me know, like, you didn't fuck up here. You know what I mean? Like it's a shitty outcome. But it helped take the bad taste of that situation out of my mouth, if that makes sense.
You did nothing to beat yourself.
Right.
It got taken from you.
Yeah. And right. I didn't get beat.
You didn't get beat. Like the worst thing is like when you lose doing something you didn't want to do. Right. Like you're like, oh man, why I can't believe I did that. Why I know better than that. And you lose, you're like, oh, that's the worst. If you get beat by a guy who is better at jiu-jitsu than you, fine. If you get beat by something you never seen before, wrist lock,
right?
You know what I mean? Something stupid, brother. Ooh. Fine. If you get seen, but like if you do something that you know you shouldn't do, or right. did something dumb, like I jumped the back and now I'm on the bottom and I got past. It's like, why did I take the back? What are we doing?
Right.
So, like then yeah, so you should hold your head up high. You did nothing wrong. You just were on the bad side of a bad call, and that's his life.
Right.
In life, sometimes you're going to be on the wrong side of a bad call.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was a shitty situation, but
I had so much fun competing though.
Did you?
God. Like now that I kind of like dust it off, it's like a day later. We did a pause test last time, but like just like the whole morning, like I woke up at like 5:30, got out of the house by 6. I was just like, got a coffee. I was like just driving by myself, like just chilling. Like it was just like got there an hour early, was sitting there in the stands, said hi to a couple of people. Then I was like just watching matches just by myself up there, and then like kind of warmed up on my own. Was down there. It was like very like therapeutic just to be by myself, like get myself in that zone. And even when I was on there, dude, I was just like so grateful to like, dude, I can't believe I'm doing this again. My body's healthy enough to do this again. Right. I'm usually really injury ridden. And like, I'm like, even like when we're rolling and like I get to my grips, I'm like, I could even actually kind of slow down on the mat. I was kind of like, I'm moving, even though I was very angry. But like, I was like, just looking back, like, I was like, dude, that was so fun. Like this hard for me to believe that some people don't ever find this sport.
Right.
There's some guys out there who are just punching 9 to 5, coming home, and their highlight is waiting for football to start back up in September so they can watch it.
Yeah.
Like you don't realize it's not over.
I know some people like that.
There's that saying, what does it say? I think it's Benjamin Franklin or one of those old dudes.
Most men live lives of...
Most people die at 30 but live to 80.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most men die at 30, but then die again at 80 or something. There's something crazy saying like that. But like, I'm like, that's true, man. Like, we're out here. Like, I just very grateful that my body held up and blessed that I was able to do that. And, my wife goes back to work, so I don't know how many more competitions I'm going to be able to do this year. But if it all lines up again, I would really like to do another one. So like the fire is like reinvigorated and relit in me for competition.
Dame asks, what can a good coach still be a high-level competitor, or is there no such thing?
Oh, there's such a thing. I have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it definitely can. But I think that coach has to be in the mindset of, like, changing his, like it has to be like, my whole life is, like, about creating my school now, my students.
Right.
Like, you've changed that focus. Like, yeah, I still compete sometimes, and I'm good enough where I'll win a world championship here and there. But like the top 1%, like I don't think Gordon Ryan or Bushesha or any of these guys are in a spot right now where they can open up enough school, because they're not going to go down and like coach somebody on a Saturday. They got cryotherapy on a Saturday. They got they got weight training and strength training. And
yeah.
So like when they're like real high level, I think that like, yeah, you have to be selfish.
Adult division.
You're not going to hold girlfriends.
Absolute champion. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like your whole life is like trying to become this 1% of 1%,
right.
1% of 1%ers. Right. But like, yeah, I mean, like later in their career when they're like trying to transition into being a professor. Yeah, man. Like, look, we're blessed. My professor's won multiple world championships.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a great professor, and he hangs out with the students. He knows everybody's name,
and birthdays,
and like,
yeah,
goes to his black belts schools and teaches them.
Right.
And then he still does his comp class, and then still wins his tournaments. Like, there's those guys out there that are just high level. But I really think that, like, you know, more likely, you know, the young adult high level guys, they don't have time for that. They can still be good teammates and they can still help you when they're around, but like they're not going to be selfish. You have to be selfish. So it does exist, but like it's rare.
That's not really a question.
6.5 inches, dude.
What is it? For every 20 pounds you lose, you get a half inch of your dick back.
Oh, dude. Could you imagine me at 205? That was purple belt, dude. Your boy was on it, dude.
That's it.
The kickstand. Anyways, thanks everybody for listening. This has been a cool one. It was you never know what they're going to expect with these podcasts, Kenny. Sometimes they're like real meat and potatoes. Sometimes I'm funny. Sometimes I don't know. This one was good. We'll see how this one does. Thanks for everybody. My name is Matt. Follow me at OSNation BJJ. Follow Kenny at Freak Party BJJ. Follow the podcast on the Discord, BJJ Balance Discord. I will share more links this week.
Discord.gg/BJJ Balance.
Okay.
It's growing.
You can DM me and I will send you a link, or you can DM the pod itself on Instagram and Kenny will send you a link. Follow us on YouTube. We are so close to monetization.
Yeah. So we need subs. That's our biggest thing right now.
If we can get some subscribers on the YouTube, we will be monetized. We can start making some cash and we can start making some merch.
Yeah. There's 2 metrics you got to hit for the big monetization standards for partner. We're going to probably crash into the first one here in the next like month to a month and a half. So that's 4,000 watch hours in a 1 year span. We hit like 600 watch hours just this week. We're at like 3,200, just under 3,200 for the year. And we're like 9 months in or something like that.
We're in some countries that don't even speak English.
Yeah.
And I don't know how. Maybe we gotta pay somebody to do translations for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Eventually.
Help our guys out down the double, because I don't.
Yeah. I don't know. And I know YouTube does auto subtitles, but your episode has to be up for like at least a week before that AI processes it. But
Kenny will post something on TikTok soon, and I will post something on TikTok this week. Again, everybody, aim for the bushes, and I'll see you guys in there. Os.